Freya remembered the first day she saw Bell. His soul seemed very small compared to those of her family members, only it glowed beautifully with a color that the break had never seen before. She immediately thought that she wanted him, took a monster's magic crystal from her pocket and decided to approach him and act as if he had dropped it as an excuse to talk to him. Freya thought to herself that the beginning of their relationship had been a lie. She thought to herself that her normal self wouldn't have hesitated to accept Bell from the first time she saw him. But when Freya first saw him, she was in Seer's guise, as part of her theatrics, not Freya herself. It was for this reason that Freya thought that she was able to contain the desire to possess at that moment, therefore Freya thought that she would not be able to contain herself for long. Freya had thought of how she had always waited for her otter, her destined partner, but had failed so much in the past, so Freya decided to be patient and watch over and help her soul become even more beautiful. In that interaction between Seer and Bell had started, thinking about it now, Freya felt that her designs at the time were wrong, as Freya originally thought, she wasn't able to contain her desires completely. Which she led to doing things like sending a silverback after Bell and Hestia, and giving Bell a grimoire. As time went by, the break began to gradually feel a change in herself, although she wasn't sure what it was, even if she had planned it herself, when she saw Bell and knew that he was going to fight the Minotaur soon and could possibly die. She began to fear this and asked him if it was really necessary for him to go on an adventure. Freya returned home that night and wondered why she acted like that, even though she had already decided a long time ago if anything happened to him that she would follow his soul to the Tenkai. But then she tried to put the thought aside and thought that she must have just over-dramatized it a bit. After Bell fought the Minotaur she started to feel that feeling more and more, and as her desire to protect him grew, she ordered Otter and the others to make sure they never let him die. After Freya started interacting with Bell, it was as if the time she spent in her original appearance became less and less. She started to feel a change in herself. But she wasn't completely aware of the cause. As she cooked lunch for him every day and through her many interactions with him, she started to notice more and more things that she liked about him and started to like him even more. Through her interactions with him, Freya began to feel more attracted to Bell, not as a goddess but as a girl. Whenever Freya thought about it deeply, the idea seemed laughable to her. She felt too wrapped up in the main character of her own game and lost in it. Though Seer was a lie. However, Freya felt as if the first one who fell in love with him at first sight was the goddess Freya, but here first she was attracted to him was Seer, the girl. This feeling made Freya feel that chasing him like the goddess was just wrong. And there was no point in going after him if she didn't do it like the Seer girl. As a result of that train of thought she had tried and failed to pursue him as the girl. Freya at the very least felt like I wanted like the goddess since the girl couldn't have him anymore. Freya thought about how Anya told her to give Seer back to her and she couldn't help but find this amusing as they latched on and the other girls became so emotionally connected to Seer when she never existed. Freya finally thought back to her conversation with Bell and Hestia after they decided to have the war game, and when she thought about it, a voice from her heart called to her and asked her anyway when she would become aware of her own desire, but she tried to ignore it.